Let's talk about thinking models. These are mental frameworks that help you stay clear-headed and protect your sanity when work or life feels chaotic. If you've ever had a client question your process, push back on pricing, or blame you for things you can't control, you already know just how important calm thinking is. In moments like that, you need a solid internal filter instead of knee-jerk reactions, and that's exactly what these models provide. A thinking model is a shortcut for cutting through confusion. It lets you zero in on facts, dodge emotional traps, and respond instead of react. You don't need dozens of them. A handful used consistently can really transform how you handle tough situations and sharpen your business decisions. First up is first principles thinking. Strip any problem down to what you know is true. When a client complains, it's tempting to internalize it. Instead, list verifiable facts such as the timeline was met, the budget was clear, and the deliverables were approved. Often you'll discover their frustration isn't about your work at all. They're simply overwhelmed. Staying rooted in facts keeps you calm and solutions focused. The next thinking model is closely related to first principles, and that's fact versus fiction. This means testing every story against evidence. Suppose you quoted $5,000 for a job, finished it, but now the client claims it was actually $4,000. In such a situation, rather than spiraling, calmly show the signed contract. This protects your margins and your peace of mind. Next is inversion. Instead of asking yourself, how do I succeed? Try flipping it around and ask, how could this fail? For example, if you're dealing with a tricky client, jot down the ways things could go wrong, like becoming defensive, offering discounts you'll regret, or maybe even doubting yourself. Then, just avoid those pitfalls. Honestly, removing the obvious mistakes often opens up a clear path forward. Next up is the circle of control. This idea actually comes from Stoic philosophy, and it can really save you a ton of emotional energy. The core idea is simple. Focus your effort only on what you can actually influence. For instance, you can't control if a client just disappears for 2 weeks, but you can control finishing your own tasks, sending a polite follow-up, and keeping your calendar organized. Your tone, your work quality, and your response, those are all within your zone of power. Now, let's talk about avoiding the sunk cost fallacy. This one is sneaky. It lures you into chasing a bad situation just because you've already spent time or money. So ask yourself, if this prospect showed up today, knowing what I know now, would I say yes? If the answer isn't an easy yes, well, it's probably time to let go and protect your future peace and profit. The next thinking model is the law of diminishing returns. More effort doesn't always mean more results. For instance, early ad spend may bring warm leads, but running the same creative forever drives costs up while conversions drop. Likewise, research shows that working beyond 55 hours a week barely moves productivity. So recognize when more input equals burnout, not output, and pivot early. The next one is Occam's razor, which keeps you from overthinking. The idea here is that when something goes sideways, the simplest explanation is often correct. For example, instead of assuming a client hated your draft or found a cheaper provider, consider simpler reasons. Maybe it's inbox overload, a budget freeze, or even personal emergencies. Save your energy for real issues. Finally, default to transparency. Over-communicate upfront, such as sharing scope, timelines, prices, and success metrics before work begins. Clear documentation prevents surprises, minimizes disputes, and honestly, builds trust. When expectations are set in writing, you spend less time defending your process and more time delivering great work. There you have it. 7 thinking models you can start using right now. These models won't erase every problem, but they will help you face challenges with clarity, minimal drama, and strong boundaries. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more insights like this. Until next time, keep pushing beyond your limits.